Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we've got a match preview for Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea at the, what's it called? What's the new White Hart Lane called? It's just called the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. How boring, how boring. We've got a match preview coming up today. Spurs versus Chelsea, obviously a London derby, a big one, kicking off at 4:30 on the Sunday. It's the late kickoff. It's the last of the game week. I don't think there's a game on a Monday. It is the big one. The one that everyone's going to be tuning in for. We've got injuries today. We've got my predicted lineups and my predictions at the end. It's going to be a big one, so tune in, wait till the end. So starting off with injuries and suspensions. For Spurs, I'm just going to go through the list of injuries and suspensions in my head. Eric Dier is injured. Tanganga is suspended. Romero can't get in the country. Neither can Lo Celso. Son's injured. It's not looking too good for them. These are the main ones. I'm not going to mention the small ones because I don't know about them, but it's not looking good. At the moment, they only have one centre-half. Davinson Sanchez is injured at the moment, I'm pretty sure. He's not been in the last two matchday squads. If he's not available for this Chelsea game, they're going to have one centre-half in Joe Rodon, who isn't a bad defender, to be fair, but might be a bit of a struggle, especially up against Romelu Lukaku, Werner, so many players, and Chelsea haven't really got any injury problems other than just Christian Pulisic, who remains to be sidelined. He's just not fully recovered yet. Thomas Tuchel said in his pre-match media briefing, "We have no fresh injury concerns. There is good news on Christian Pulisic and N'Golo Kante. Christian is in individual training and is trying to come back as fast as possible to join us in with full training. He's not in the squad this weekend as the game comes too early for him, but he is working hard on his fitness. However, N'Golo is back. He is back in full shape and ready to play on Sunday." What great news. Saul Niguez did not cover himself in glory on his debut. I felt bad. It wasn't the best game to really drop him into. They did press it highly, Aston Villa. And it was maybe a little bit harsh to throw him into the deep end. But having N'Golo Kante back next to either Jorginho or Kovacic, I think would be incredibly hard to drop Kovacic. Incredibly harsh. Mean. He's performed so well in the last two games. Going to get into my predicted lineup soon, but can you drop Kovacic, or are you going to drop the Champions League player of the season? It is a mental one. Or are you just not going to include Kante at all? But you can't do that. He's N'Golo Kante. Reece James will be able to get in the squad after his suspension has been lifted, as he did play the one game, or he missed out on the one game. He should be back. However, some not as nice news. He did get burgled the other day. They took a safe. I've seen the footage. It's horrible. Broke into his house with a massive mallet. Luckily, there was nobody in the house. They just left with a huge safe, not really knowing what was in it. I guess they expected to have like watches, but we know Reece James. He's not one of those people that are gonna buy so much expensive stuff just to flex on other people. He's gonna have it safe anyway. He's gonna think that through. He's not just gonna leave it in a safe in his house. However, what was in the safe was indeed his Champions League medal, his Euros runners-up medal, and his Super Cup medal. And like he said on his post on the bio, whatever, the caption, now no one is going to take away the fact that he did win the Champions League, came runners-up with England at the Euros, and won the Super Cup on penalties with Chelsea once again. But it is very difficult to have that taken away from you at 21 years of age. Obviously, that's probably one of his best days of his nights. God, one of the best nights of his life. I mean, winning the Champions League. He even got a huge tattoo on his calf to show how much it really means. And I do rate it. I tattooed it so good. And it's sick. But it's so harsh. Taken away from him like that. Now, he did say, obviously, I don't know what I'm waffling on about this. He did say that the police are catching on to new suspects and they have an idea who it is. So could people help them? I don't know. I don't know if that's really true. They could just be saying that to get the guys, whoever took them, to hand it in. But they can't even benefit out of it because they can't sell it, because there's no one's going to be selling a Champions League medal, a Super Cup medal, and a Euros runners-up medal, other than the people that nicked them, and then they could trace it back to him. All they could do, I guess, is melt it down, sell the metal, but surely not out made of gold. I don't even know what it's made of. What is a medal made of? Champions League medal. But anyway, I hope Reece James, you can get your stuff back. Not like he's ever going to watch this video. Let's get into my predicted lineup. Just before that, in the recent meetings between Chelsea and Spurs, Chelsea won 1-0 thanks to a Jorginho penalty back in February. That was one of Thomas Tuchel's first games in charge, his first London derby game. Chelsea also drew 0-0 on the 29th of November, back when Frank was in charge. A year ago, February, Chelsea won 2-1. Chelsea won 2-0 a couple of days before Christmas in 2019, and also won 2-0 back in February 2019. I can't remember which one it was that Marcus Alonso scored that worldie. He just always does it against Spurs at Wembley. Was that the Christmas one? Let's see who scored in that game. Alright, that was when Willian pulled them apart. Back three of Rudiger, Tamori and Zuma. Alonso on the left, Aspi on the right. Back three, Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham and Willian making the front three. Spurs, they had Moussa Sissoko playing, Eric Dyer in midfield, Vertonghen and Alderweireld, Gazaniga in goal. Wow, things have changed quite a lot, haven't they? Without further ado, however, let's get into my predicted lineup. Starting off with the 3-4-3 formation. No surprises in that. I'm going to go with the two number 10s and a striker. I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks. One number 10 and two strikers, but Thomas Tuchel looks like he's not going to be changing to that anytime soon. But in goal, however, we're going to start off with none other than Edouard Mendy. I say that exact same thing every game, every match preview. We've got Edouard Mendy, a back three consisting of captain Cesar Azpilicueta in the centre. Oh, Thiago Silva or Christensen? Christensen has not done a bad job to get dropped from the Champions League game, but then Thiago Silva was so good against Aston Villa. I think we'll go with Thiago Silva, and then Tony Rudiger on the left. He's been brilliant. I want him to score one of those goals from 40 yards out. He keeps shooting. I used to get annoyed at it. I used to be like, Tony, why are you shooting? Work an opportunity. But now every time he does it, I'm like, go on, Tony. Get your goal from 40 yards. It will come one day. At right wing back, Reece James will replace Callum Hudson-Odoi back into the starting 11, as Hudson-Odoi is not. He's just not a natural right wing back. Reece James does a very good job there, and obviously even got an assist for Romelu Lukaku on his debut within 11 minutes. Left wing back, I think, will return with Benjamin Chilwell. I've been saying this every single game. Chilwell will return, Chilwell will return, Chilwell will return. But he keeps going with Alonso. Why does he keep going with Alonso? He keeps going with Alonso, and I don't understand. He's not really doing a bad job, but I would much prefer Ben Chilwell. I think he might be forced to go with Ben Chilwell. Even though I said this against Liverpool, the pace of Lucas Moura, the quality of Harry Kane. Chilwell's better at defending, and like one of the commentators said the other day, it is so confusing. It's not like he's been performing bad. His last game that he's played for club or country was the Champions League final, which he had a blinder. He had an absolute blinder. And there's not been a fallout between the coach and the coach and player, as then he wouldn't be named on the bench. And he wouldn't be speaking highly of him in press conferences. So it's so baffling. It's so baffling. In midfield, I did mention this earlier. N'Golo Kante will be back from injury. And then alongside them, do we go with Kovacic or Jorginho? Kante and Jorginho is that famous midfield pairing we won the Champions League with, and it has worked so often. But then Kovacic has done absolutely nothing to deserve being dropped. However, I think I am going to be forced to go with Kante and Jorginho, just because Kovacic and Kante doesn't always work off as much as Jorginho and Kante, or Kovacic and Jorginho. So I'm going to have to go with Jorginho. But sorry, Matteo, even though you've been absolutely spectacular in the last two games, but keep it going, because you might get a chance in the future. And then we move to the front three. Got so many players in contention. Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, Mount, Havertz, Werner, Lukaku. Is there more? And you've got to fit all of those into three. It's difficult every week. However, Mason Mount is always a mainstay. He's going to be one of the first names on the team sheet, I think, especially as he didn't play the Premier League game last week. Romelu Lukaku has got to be there. He just has to. He's Romelu Lukaku. And then the other position, Havertz. I think it's got to be Havertz. Werner, is he ever going to get game time this season? Hudson-Odoi, Willy, Ziyech, he's been given a chance to got a chance last week and in the Champions League. But he's not really proving what I thought he might be able to do this season after a very good pre-season. I'll go with Havertz, Mount and Lukaku as my front three. And we can't end the match preview without my prediction, even though I tend to forget it every single week. I'm going, as I said in the Game week 5 predictions video. 3-1 win to the Chelsea. I think we'll go away from home, beat 0-0 Espirito Santo and Tottenham Hotspur at their own ground. 3-1. Make Chelsea blue. Chelsea blue. Chelsea's already blue, and so is London. London's blue. That's why we have blue pens. Blue everything, because Chelsea and London are both blue. Anyway, that's all today. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Like it, and I'd appreciate it even more. And subscribe, and I'd appreciate it that one little tiny bit further. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and goodbye.